that dial?
Some very exciting things happening out in Auburn at the Springside Inn. Owasco Lake seems to be the perfect location to enjoy a taste of Broadway. And joining us now, director Richard J. Alexander and Tony Award-winning actress and Broadway star Donna McKechnie.
Hello.
Welcome, folks.
Hello. Nice to
How
see you.
exciting.
Nice to see you. Yeah, you could be your own Ted and Amy. See, you guys can just kind of take
we're
over.
inseparable lately. It's
That's
really.
it.
I feel like somebody kept us away earlier in our careers from each other. I
You
don't know.
seem very close, and you took the train up, which really kind of binds you all together.
Amtrak, baby. I'm telling you, it was fun. Sit back there, do your stuff on the computer. It was very nice.
Wait a minute, Richard J., you're from Central New York. You grew up in
I grew up in
Solvay.
Solvay. I went to school in Oswego. I'm thrilled to be here. And actually, I opened the Springside Inn originally.
No
in
kidding.
the original dinner theater season. I performed there. Admittedly, I quit after the first musical because I thought, oof, I don't know, people eating and while I'm singing. I need a little attention.
Now we
but
don't mind it.
now I don't mind it. So I'm coming back to my roots. And Donna, who we've recently become very, very close and worked a lot together. But the thing for me, sitting here with Donna McKechnie, the legend, and there are very few. I know it's a creepy word, but there are very few of you. You know, the year I moved to New York City after I got out of school was the year Chorus Line opened at the Shubert Theater, and I was poor. I had no money. I had no career, and I remember sitting up on the very furthest left seat for $6 because I didn't care where I sat, and I thought, oh my God, I was watching this show like palpitating, going, if I don't work here, I don't know what I'll do with my life. And here we are together, and this show that she's doing, which she'll tell you a little more about, I have to tell you, I've been in show business now officially 33 years, and this show is fantastic for anybody who thinks they've seen a one. I sit there in rehearsal, well, you know that, and I cry and I get very moved. And show business is not all glamour, and there's a lot of grit
For the
in
right
this
reasons,
show.
he's crying.
Oh, yeah, well, we should also mention that you originated the role of Cassie in Chorus Line.
That's
and
right.
Why he
That's
saw
right.
you. Okay.
Yes, and I saw her in the show, and I saw her
Started.
stop the show. And I was one of those people going, God, will I ever meet somebody like her? And so to go back to Springside to do this in memory of her very good friend Tommy Walsh, who was part of the original cast, who grew up in Auburn, it's quite extraordinary. But the show, I promise you, if you come see this, you will have it's life-changing, this show. It really is. I know a lot of people say that, but it's fantastic. And you're hearing information from the horse's mouth. It just doesn't get any better, I swear.
Wow.
I love it. No, I love it. It's something, and it is in tribute to Tommy Walsh and all of his good deeds and his great work, in theater. And he was my director for on and off for 10 years, and he and Richard were good friends. So to be able to ask Richard to help me put this new arrangement of this is a new show, really.
It's an amalgam of other versions.
I call it
this
the
one's called
hybrid.
My Musical Comedy Life.
Right.
Okay.
And the people in Auburn, if you come to this, are going to be the first people to see this, because this is actually, we're shaping it to go on tour in Australia.
Oh, wow.
In the month of June.
Yeah.
She's going to do a whole Australian
Never been there
continent
before,
tour.
so
And she's never been there. So
What's
she's
the secret of a one-woman show, though? I mean,
Well,
talk
I'm
about
from
pressure.
the theater. It's like I didn't go to New York to do a one-woman show per se, but what I'm finding so wonderful and thrilling is that the fourth wall that we learn in theater, to create a story for people. I'm able to do this and make that contact that's so immediate and so rich, but it's theatrical too, because I'm from theater, and we both
She
are.
is theater. I watch her rehearsal. When she goes like this, you feel like she's twirling or dancing.
That's
She's got
the
it.
wonderful magic of our theater too. You tell a story, and it's very personal. So, and it is funny, I have to say, not just because I'm right.
Yeah.
I made you laugh a couple times.
You made me laugh a lot, but I moved and laughed. It
it's-
takes you the full gamut in this 75-minute show, and plus the food is great there, and it's a beautiful place, as we all know.
Right,
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
You could choose to spend your night somewhere less glamorous, but we're going to be there.
It gives me a platform, what I really love, for this wonderful music from all these great composers, on Broadway, and celebrate the names like Tommy Walsh and Gwen Verdon and Bob Fosse and Michael Bennett, and I recreate numbers that I've done in shows. So it is kind of a hybrid theater cabaret show.
But she's actually worked with all the legends. She was mentored by the greatest, whether it was Jack Cole, Ron Field, all the people that are no longer with us. She has actually danced, and they have put dances on her body. If you saw this documentary called Every Little Step, they did a revival. They did a revival of Chorus Line, recently on Broadway.
Sure.
And my favorite footage in this documentary, Every Little Step, is when Donna, who seems to have no backbone that I can understand, is doing this thing, and they watch all the girls auditioning in New York City, all the modern dances, they're like collapsing collapsing on the floor
wow.
trying to do the thing. And as Bob Avian and Bjork Lee, who's also one of the producers and was in Chorus Line of this series, she was in Chorus Line. She was the Year of the Chicken, Connie.
Right.
Connie Wong. Right. Connie Wong.
The Year of the Chicken.
Yes,
okay.
you know, the little I was born, blah, 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 Year of the Chicken. She said that this was choreographed on her. No matter whoever tries to play Cassie again ever in history, there will never be anybody.
I still do that number.
Yes.
Oh, do you really? Oh,
but I call it Dance Illusion now because, of course, I don't do the.
You don't do the back.
We have a stage that's you know like 4'12", and, and
So
I'm able to do it. That's my challenge. That's what I love to do.
But you will believe you're seeing it.
Wow.
You know?
Do you change it? I mean, being a one-woman show, does it change every night, do you think?
Of
I mean,
course it does,
different
because
things?
the energy, this is the part I really love, the connection with people, eye to eye, and then to take them on this little, you know, wonderful, magical trip, you know, and stories in the songs as well, and sharing things that I could never share in a proper Broadway musical.
Yeah, because you can't break that fourth wall.
Right.
But it's going to be great, and people are already calling, like people I haven't seen like for years from Syracuse Musical Theater or friends of hers or whatever. And so it's going to be sort of a party, and we're going to hang out and meet everybody that comes, and it's going to be fun. And
how is Broadway? You guys got to fill us in on Broadway. I mean, when we go and we're just
thriving.
Well, ask her.
overwhelmed
She's a Tony voter and a Tony nominator.
Yeah.
She goes to everything.
and doing
I
the
have
same
to, and
thing
I
night
love
after
it.
night and having that energy, and during the day too.
That's amazing.
It just amazes me.
Nobody understands 8 a week until you do 8 a week, you know? This is cushy, and this is like such a pleasurable thing.
This is funny because she was singing the other day in rehearsal. I go, Donna, you don't have to work that hard. She goes, oh, excuse me. She goes, you got to temper me on that because, you know, I said, you got a microphone. She's like, you know, I'm built for like putting out. So she's like belting
Just
out in the
night
rehearsal
after
room.
night after
This
night.
is going to make me sound really old now, but I'll tell you something. I grew up in theater before they had microphones.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So you had to project.
So Ethel Merman, I toured with Ethel
Merman joke,
Merman, you know, and I had to like raise my voice.
Some loudness.
It's like you've heard the famous line in Sunset Boulevard, we had faces then, we had voices then.
Yeah, well,
you
So
still all have
she, the
voices.
Elaine Stritches, the you know, Barbara Cooks.
What I love when I see, you know, it's like, we're not stuck in time, really, you know, we keep evolving, right? And I see theater now in New York, and it's thriving. There's something for everyone. It's just a wonderful,
It's an experience.
I'm
And we're
seeing
so lucky to
plays
be so
again.
close
Yeah,
as well.
And we
plays,
like our revivals, don't we?
Dramas,
Because there are 2 generations and sometimes 3 generations.
I'm going to bust her now, just with a quick story. We were dining in Sardi's under her picture. Right, and there was Jane Powell in the corner. I go, Donna, there's Jane Powell. Go say hi to her. Oh, she won't know who I am. I forced her to go over to Jane Powell. And of course, Jane Powell knew who she was. So I work with Barbara Streisand, and Barbara goes, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm going to be up in Auburn doing the show with Donna McKechnie. In my world, she's, you know, very big. She goes, I know who Donna McKechnie is.
I'm
So
afraid
it's very
not. Excuse me.
There you go.
So, but she's sitting here telling me Jane Powell. I never met her. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because she worked with Ann Miller, and I thought she knew all those MGM stars. And I'm sitting here at Sardi's, and I'm watching Donna McKechnie go over to Jane Powell, and I see Jane Powell's face light up, and of course she knew who she was. But you did thank me for making you go over.
You two are so fun. Well, we're honored to have you both with us.
You two are so fun. We're so happy to see this show on this beautiful night in Central New York.
Isn't this lovely?
Gorgeous.
Good weather outside.
Thank you very much.
Come see us. Come see the show. Donna's great.
It sounds exciting. Again, don't miss your opportunity to see this incredible performance in person. Donna McKechnie stars in her one-woman show, My Musical Comedy Life, April 9th and 10th, the Springside Inn in Auburn, New York. Ticket information, visit www.springsideinn.com or call 315-252-7247.
All right, don't go away. After the break, we'll preview some of our best bets for what's playing on the big screen this weekend.
And how much do you know about gumbo?
I don't know a lot about gumbo.
Well, we have a local expert who's going to share his knowledge about that favorite dish and others at this year's Savor Syracuse event.
WCNY Connected. We'll be right back.
Check out WCNY Connected with us, Ted and Amy.
Thursday nights at 9 on WCNY.